Hello, folks. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. I'm here with Brian Bates, Aaron Weber. Thank you, as always, for listening. Also, thank you to Viore for sponsoring this episode of Nateland. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at viore.com/Nate. VURI.com/Nate. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75. Thank you, everybody. We did the live podcast. We're back in here now, which is very fun. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the McPhail family, McPhail. They sent me a dinosaur. Adopt a dino fact sheet, Nate. I have the herbivorous. No, that's his diet. I thought that was the name of it.
It's right above Nate. That's the name, and I'd love to hear you take a shot at that because
right above Nate.
Yeah, has adopted the.
Huh? Where?
Oh, here you go. It's written right
Looking at the
there.
wrong one.
So these are life-size dinosaurs.
Yes.
I
get it for 1 year. Your dino is so excited to have someone to share their adventures with. Thank you for being this dino's friend. Thank you. I have adopted the Euplocephalus.
I don't even think he turned around.
EUOPLOCEPHALUS. Eupholus. I would just call him Nate. His name's Nate. I've adopted a dino named Nate. Very, very cool. And you can go see this. You can see it somewhere, right?
I think it moves all around, but it
goes everywhere.
Yeah,
he's still alive. He was he lived 100 to 66 million years ago. Size 2.5 tons. Nate spends most of his days out on the old Dingo golf course practicing his short game. Whenever his favorite podcast, Nateland, comes out with a new episode, he goes out to the green to golf and listen to it. When Nate, the Eupholus, isn't golfing, he practices stand-up routine with other dinos. He usually gets in trouble with the staff for making such a ruckus with the roaring laughter. That's awesome. Thank you guys very much. They sent that for my birthday, which and we just now mentioned it. My birthday was 7 years ago. So that's our fault for mentioning it so late. So yeah, we're very excited to be back doing the back in the room. It was fun. The live one was fun.
it was really fun. It was fun to hear people laugh at the inside jokes and stuff.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, these people have been listening.
Yeah. It was, and the pressure of doing it live is fun because, it's not stand up where it's like, I know these jokes work. Yeah. You're making this stuff up on your, just as we're going, as you see.
Yeah.
So with an audience there, you feel a little more like I got to be like performing,
Yeah.
Which I think it was pretty good. People liked it. Yeah. So let's hear it from these comments. Chad Kirk. Hello, folks. This episode has been the best one yet. I love them all, but you can tell that Nate, Aaron, and Bacon Ranch are stand-ups because they bring the heat in front of a live audience. Keep up the great work. It does. It's a big difference when you're in front of people. Mm-hmm. You get into like wanting to tell jokes. It's funny to be sitting down on stage because you don't ever do that.
Yeah.
But it was a good show. We will probably do more live ones. This was at Zany's. It's easy for us to do it here. So if you missed it, or if we do another one, you better come back because it's different, which is great. It's not like stand up. David John, as a Nateland folk since the first episode, seeing Nate sitting in the middle weirds me out. I know. I like the middle though. It was like a weird, it's like, where are we going to sit? Mm-hmm. You got to face the crowd. I want to be able to see the crowd.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So
you think if we did another live one, we'd all be facing? You think we might switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, they set up the picture, so you saw all this, and we had a table, and at first I thought I don't know, maybe we'd still use this table. I don't think we'd bring these things, and we just have with like little stands would be better, and I think that would be easier. But maybe we could have a table that's a little more rounded out. Yeah. So everybody could kind of be facing that way. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We might be rearranging in here. I'm a rearranger. I like changes. Mm-hmm. We change a lot. Like, so we might try. What if we try y'all there, here, back? You know, who knows?
We just show up and there's 2 chairs at the table. And then
I think
you're
you get the point.
yeah.
Put y'all in the other room. You can listen to Nate. You can listen to Bates and Aaron. Audio only. Nick Bronwell. Fan theory. Taylor Swift's angry teenage love songs are actually about Aaron.
I like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm Romeo. You know?
Oh.
She's Juliet.
She's Juliet.
That was about me.
Yeah. That's cool, man. It's just that big of a song. We just blow over it. That's cool, dude. You know. Was she singing? She was like already a megastar.
She was not what she is now, but she was huge.
Huge.
When I moved to Tennessee 2008, her album Fearless had just come out. So she was very big, but not, I mean, she's probably top 3 most famous in the world right now, probably. She wasn't quite there yet. But,
is she older than you?
2 or 3 years older.
Yeah. Wow. So she's 30, 31?
Yeah,
I think she's 31.
Yeah,
Crazy.
31.
She went to Hendersonville?
Hendersonville High School.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Sam Weimer. When Bojack compared himself to Toby from The Office, it was so spot on that I nearly Googled to see if the two had any direct relation in real life. Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
I started thinking more about that question. I mean, I feel like we nailed it. You're Michael. I'm Toby.
Mhm.
And I think for Seinfeld, you are Jerry. You should be Jerry. It's centered around you. And I am Newman because you don't like it when I come over.
Yeah.
So I think we've nailed both of those. And Michael didn't care for Toby. You're a little bit harder. I was thinking about maybe Oscar because Oscar's smart. And
Yeah.
remember the China episode where they got
Oscar's pretty good.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
for
I could see
Seinfeld,
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not
Elaine.
obvious.
I'll be Elaine.
Yeah. Could be
Yeah.
Elaine.
Yeah. I'll take that.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
Uh-huh.
Elaine's not bad. We needed George.
She took that IQ test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you could be Elaine.
Okay.
All right. We got it. TJ, I mean, just, you know, the fact that no one cares about it. You know, all right, I think we can move on from that. TJ Young, listening to this and hearing Nate say gymbership instead of gym membership makes me wonder if he's actually the secret genius. Gymbership.
Do you remember saying that?
No.
You're like, if anybody else has a gymbership in Madison,
Yeah.
we'll cancel it.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it at the time, but I went back and listened. That is so funny.
Gymbership.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. Why don't they call it that?
I know.
Every gym.
It was clear when you said it, you're just moving it along. You don't have
Yeah.
time to say the whole word.
Yeah.
Gymbership.
Yeah.
Everybody, gyms should do that.
Yeah.
They should be like, hey, as an ad for them to be like, hey, do you want to get your gymbership now? Is it too not serious?
No, I think it's great.
Yeah. It's definitely fits Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their vibe.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you mailed that letter?
No, I forget every time until we
Yeah.
talk about
All
it.
right.
You just walk right out. That's how much working out is not on your mind. Because if you were working out at home,
Yeah.
you would then be
I think about it every time I worked out,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, it's just
But-
you leave and blank out. Yeah.
Didn't you set a date or something that I feel like you bet maybe when he would do it. I can't remember when
I
it
don't
was.
know.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You've probably exceeded it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, you've gone over.
I feel like we've been
time.
talking about it for years.
Yeah.
Rayanne Z. Nate is absolutely correct. I moved to Montana last year and I took a few weeks for me to adjust to the big sky. It was actually overwhelming and annoying. And I kept my visor down in the car. I've been listening from the start and look forward to your podcast more than any other. BB brings a lot to the show and is a great sport. Aaron makes me laugh just by seeing him laugh, and Nate is my favorite male comedian. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I like that she, I think it's a she. They get it.
Yeah.
Being the visor down is very funny. You're being like, it's night out. You're like, nah, I don't need to see what's going on up there. It's a big sky. It's a lot.
What does that mean? There's no trees or anything?
Yeah,
It's
it's just like
just-
it's darkness, and
Yeah.
it's just an overwhelming amount of darkness because
Yeah.
it's there's no
There's no light pollution out there.
yeah. So when
Yeah.
you see like light in a town, there's like some hope, and then
Mhm.
you're like, well, if something goes wrong, there's a town there or something, and when you're just driving and there's just nothing, dude,
Wow.
and you're like, Yeah, and I was on the side of the interstate. Like, I mean, I pulled off into like a road, kind of off on the interstate. But if you went, I mean, I think it would, and I would love to do it as a trip, is to go kind of through Montana and go really walking around and hiking and stuff through Montana. But if you're way out there, man, it would be a lot. Like it would take some adjusting to get used to. And then it's funny. It was overwhelming and annoying because I think you could be like, all right, dude. You just get reminded how alone you are. Like, like in the city. If you're in the city, you're like, there's a city. People
everywhere.
everywhere. And then you're there. You're just like alone.
Yeah.
You yank that visor down. It's a pretty good move to have it down. Just pulling them all down. It's the Moors. How about the guy who was in charge of building I-24? His only job was to construct a highway through Tennessee from Kentucky to Georgia. But because he got a little off course, they had to throw up extra signs. You're leaving Tennessee. Welcome to Georgia. Welcome back to Tennessee. You'll really be in Georgia 20 miles down the road.
Yeah. You ever made that drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Google Maps will be like, welcome to Georgia. Welcome to Tennessee. Welcome to Georgia.
Yeah, like a bunch.
Yeah. They're playing off what we talked about, mapping out. And that is true. If you head down to Chattanooga, you enter Georgia for a little while, and then you go back into Tennessee.
Back to Tennessee, and then you back to Georgia, and then you just zigzag.
That's the... especially if you live there. So, like, technically, you could live in Georgia and be like, oh, I'm supposed to be in Tennessee. Like, if they were really run very, very different. And how, like, you'd be like, so frustrating to be like, it's just right there.
Yeah.
I think Arkansas or something has a place that's a street. I feel like the street divides half the street is maybe Tennessee. And
maybe. Bristol is half in Tennessee and half in Virginia.
Yeah.
I don't know about Arkansas.
I thought it was like a road that
Could be.
split it up.
It could be.
Michael, I have to correct a few things. Daniel Boone was a Virginian/Kentuckian. The War of 1812 lasted for 3 years, not one. But Bennigan's killed it again. He's definitely the unsung hero of the podcast.
That's the only reason I put that in there.
It's
just for that. I don't care about those facts we got wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you are correct, Michael.
How did we miss the War of 1812?
Well, we just talked about how we called it a 1-year war.
Yeah.
And he said it's actually 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, if it lasted 3 years, why did they focus on that 1 year?
I guess this is the year it started. I don't know.
Why is World War II not the War of 1941?
Ooh, impressive.
Yeah.
I think you just wanted us to know you knew what year the World War II started.
I don't know if that's even right, but ended in 1945.
So you're saying why do they not call every war that?
Yeah.
Yeah, why did they just pick that 1 year? If it was 3 years, if I died in 1813 in that war, I'd be pretty offended that they don't even care about that year.
I wish we had a way to Google it.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be alive to care. But if your loved one.
Yeah, exactly.
If your father died in the War of 1812 and they go, golly, that's crazy, dude. Was it like March or something? He goes, no, it's actually 1814. And you go, oh. Why was he still fighting it, though? Like, is there a lot of that, So what's his problem? Because it seems like he couldn't let something go because the war was over.
He just kept going.
He just kept going. And he goes, that's not enough. And they just kept rolling it. It lasted to 1815.
Yeah.
What else would they call it? War of 1812 is a good name.
It does sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 1812 overture.
But maybe it's like it's the war started in 1812. This is the War of 1812. And it took us 3 years to get it right. And by the time we got to 1815, we were like, what are we fighting about? You're like, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It's not even 1812 anymore.
It's not even 1812 anymore, dude. Times have changed. John Lanty. I think my favorite bit of any podcast I listen to is Backstreet Boy always bringing up depressing events as his fun facts.
I don't think I call them fun facts, but I do bring out the
Tennessee leads the country in infant mortality rate.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, let's riff on that for a little bit.
Yeah, what's up? A baby's not making it. Just like, golly.
Yeah, that's a big one for
just
me.
The weight of the world. What was the one? Yeah, you brought up infant mortality.
Like a few times.
Yeah.
Baby killer Bates. That's what we call it.
Yeah. Baby killer Bates was just, we're trying to get out of it. And he's like, guys, there's 2 pages of this. So we're in it.
I'm just getting started.
I don't know what you want out of this, but it is. I was up late last night.
And that was the best time to be alive episode.
Clearly it was.
Yeah.
Cat Cook, Aaron, the World's Fair is also a place where people bring new inventions and such. The Eiffel Tower was built for a World's Fair, as was the Seattle Space Needle. A lot of amazing architecture came from them, actually.
Okay. So Paris hosted the World's Fair. They get the Eiffel Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle hosted it. They got the Space Needle. What did Knoxville get?
The big gold.
The Sun Sphere.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about last
that thing nobody's ever heard of? I've been to Knoxville. I've never seen that.
Well, Knoxville seems like a weird place to have the fair.
Yeah.
But they did it, and they put that thing there. How many World's Fair has there been?
I have no idea. I pointed out that Sun Sphere to you in an Uber ride one time in Knoxville.
Oh, I wasn't listening to you. I've never seen that. Dude.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was definitely an off year for the World's Fair. Like it was. They go, "You going to Knoxville?" You're like, "No, dude. I just did Seattle and Paris. Like, we're going to Knoxville." And he goes, "Yeah. No, we're going to Knoxville. Like, we're doing." Okay. No, I'm all right. I'm gonna do like more county stuff. So I'm getting out of I'm getting out of the World Fair game once they went to Knoxville. Is that the capital of Tennessee? You're like, no,
it's not even the capital.
It has nothing to do with, they got football there. It's a big deal. They go, okay. I mean, Space Needle's so tall.
Yeah.
This is just.
And then the Sun Sphere it's just, can you go up in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Not right now. It's temporarily closed, but I think in general.
But that's what I think of when I think of Knoxville. I mean, that's their one landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Nateland Stadium.
Okay.
1982 World's Fair. Why? Yeah, why did they go? Look up how many World's Fair there has been. Oh, wait. Something was said. There was a fight. There was a shot fired outside that World Fair in Knoxville. It was something.
We have to go back to that.
Let go. It said, where was that at? It said something in early morning, right there. Stop.
Yeah.
Hours. A shot was fired from outside the fair site and shattered one of the sphere's windows. No one was ever arrested for the incident. I mean, it took $2 to get to the elevator to get to the observation deck and look at Knoxville and just go up to the top of that and go, okay, can you see Nashville or something from up here? I mean, no. You can just see Knoxville.
No, you can't even see the stadium from up here.
Yeah.
Somebody got so bad.
It's not high enough. I don't think it's that high, right? Like, I mean, the Space Needle is so high.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not that high.
It's not that high.
Said it was featured on an episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah. I bet not in a good light.
Yeah. Seventh season. They were bottom of the barrel by the end of there.
It's why did they go? I mean, I don't know. Look up how many World Fairs. I'm just curious.
There's been over 100.
100 World Fairs.
Since the mid-19th century, more than 100 World's Fairs have been held in more than 20 countries throughout the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So maybe they just had to go to Knoxville.
You just start running out of cities,
How many did come into America?
Most of them are in the United States or
so
Europe,
everybody's had a World Fair almost? I've only known of Knoxville.
Me too.
New York. I don't think I really.
New Orleans hosted it.
I think
84.
Montreal had one.
New Orleans in 84. They tried in 92 to bring Chicago. That didn't work. But 84 was the last time it was here.
Yeah.
What about Chicago though? I think we got a lot on our plate with Knoxville. We're building a Sun Sphere and it's being shot at right now. So we kind of all hands on deck down there in Knoxville right now. Is that good that they're shooting? No. People are going up in it in an elevator, so it's not good. It's not a good start.
Where is it this year? It says World Fair in 2021.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it?
Dubai.
Oh.
More impressive buildings over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be. But I mean, does it carry the? It should be more known.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool thing. Like, why don't you? It should be a big deal to be like, oh, we're getting the World Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go.
Yeah.
But you don't ever hear about it anymore.
I bet if Nashville hosted one, people would be talking about it.
Yeah, it'd be exciting.
Dubai, I didn't even know that was happening.
I mean, I do remember when I was in Knoxville.
Yeah.
I was 10, and I remember it was a big deal.
Yeah. Y'all went?
No, but I just remember that's too far for us.
That's a good thing. Horse couldn't make it. And they're from Lebanon. There you go.
They had their phrase was, "You've got to be there." The 1982 World's Fair. That was their big.
Oh yeah, you got to be there. 1982 World's Fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people went.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got the Alabama National Fair.
Whoa, that's fun.
That's why I was asking about that, because our state fair was called the Alabama National Fair. It made no sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make no sense.
Well, you're pretty arrogant with football and stuff like that, just to begin with. So I think it feels right to me that you're not.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, we have the Wilson County Fair, so we had no reason to go to Knoxville.
Wilson County Fair is great.
It's better than the World's Fair.
Wilson County Fair is amazing.
You have a sun sphere out there? No. What do you?
No, we don't waste our time
Some
with that
corn
nonsense.
dogs. And funnel cakes.
We'll fire some shots.
Yeah. Well, my dad's done a ton of shows at Wilson County Fair.
Yeah.
We go every year, and it's the best.
Yeah.
So it's so big.
Yeah.
And it's super, super fun.
Yeah.
Haley Thornton. I go to Cumberland University. I never knew about that football game score until a couple months ago. At least we have a world record now. Go Phoenix. Yeah.
Someone else said they learned about it during orientation at Cumberland, but maybe Haley skipped orientation. I don't know.
But they're leading with that at the
that's
what they're known for.
That's how they, welcome to Cumberland, folks.
Yeah. Look, guys, if you think it's bad now, it's been way worse here.
We lost 220-0 once, and now you're here. I think that says more about you than it does us. That's what they tell them. It's like really putting them down. Yeah. I know you might be thinking, why am I out of college? I lost once to 220-0. We might ask you the same thing. Because you're right now looking at where all your lives are, you're down about 150-0. So do you want to come back and win this game? That's the motivation, that speech that they use. Yeah. They just get them all depressing. What am I at? You're about 60-0. No one scored though.
Yeah.
They don't ever go, if they get one super smart guy, they're like, he's got 7 on the board. And he's only down 50-7.
Yeah.
So we think he can get out of there. L. Peter. Everybody I have ever known in my life says kitty corner, maybe because we're Canadian. I've never heard catty corner before today. Kitty corner, catty corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we say?
I think it's 100% a regional thing. It's catty corner down here.
Catty corner. Yeah.
Kitty corner sounds funny to me, but that's, I guess, like
a lot of
part of the world says that.
Yeah, a lot of people said kitty corner.
Yeah.
Up north and a lot of Canada.
Yeah.
Viore. Viore is perfect if you are sick and tired of traditional old workout gear. I have Viore. I love Viore. I love wearing their clothes. They're super comfortable. They make it look so great in everyday life. Not even, you don't have to wear them to the gym. They have so many people who are still working from home. So Viore, you can look nice, feel great, and run errands, which is something that I do love. I love wearing like this workout. Workout gear is great. It's very comfortable. And to wear it out and not look like a hobo is a good thing. The Sunday Performance joggers are so comfortable and great for my outside workout since they're warm but not hot. It was easy for me to go online, find what I like, and order it. Perfect fit too. Do yourself a favor and get your own Viore. Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at Viore.com/Nate. That is VUORI.com/Nate. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Honestly, I wear this stuff. I love Viore. I know a lot of golfers that wear Viore. You can wear it. They have golf stuff. It's an awesome. Truly this stuff is great. Go to Viore.com/Nate and discover Viore clothing like I did. So we were talking a lot about something like that last episode. L. Peter's Canadian, right?
We have a lot of Canadian fans.
A lot of Canadian fans. And we have a Canadian for them today.
A lot of people have asked, when you get done with the 50 states, would you please do Canada?
Will we? How about now? We've had a good run. This young man right here is Canadian. I think you can tell by how he looks. And
we're going to finish the states.
Yeah.
He's just happened to be here.
Yeah. He's just here.
Right.
We the states are going to be.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think anybody's no one's sitting there with a
Check.
New Mexico T-shirt on, going again. He's not doing that. Like, yeah, the states are when we have someone coming to town, they're from somewhere, and we lump all of a country in with this guy.
I was going to say we'll get no more precise than Canada.
I mean, half of my country speaks a different language than I speak. You might as well lump them all together.
Yeah, they're not listening to this podcast.
No, actually, they're not.
Yeah,
no.
We're positive.
Yeah.
This fella's name is Graham K.
Hello.
Kay.
Yep.
And me and Graham were in New York together a long time ago. I'm not started before Graham, but when Graham moved there from Canada, and then we were doing shows. I mean, this has been going on now for how long? Over 10 years, I think.
2008.
Yeah. Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah.
13 years.
You think I'd be doing better, but
yeah. No, I always thought you'd be right where you're at.
Yeah.
And
it's fair.
You know.
No, I get it.
I'll be honest with you, I think you've gotten a little bit farther than I go. I like to talk to you. He goes, Graham's still doing it?
I got a driver's license now.
Yeah, now you're real American.
Yeah.
Right? You're in, right?
I'm a green card holder.
Is that good?
Yeah. That's I can't vote, but I can get drafted.
Oh, that's fun.
It's pretty
that's
sweet.
good.
It's a sweet spot.
Put them to work.
Yeah.
You know?
Put them to work. I think they go first.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they pick the guys pushing 40.
Yeah.
Like those guys are going to really do a good
Well, it's
job.
Canadian. We go to that hole and see what's down there. This hole?
Down here?
Down here? Yeah.
Okay, you seem nice.
You seem trustworthy.
Yeah.
And then you go down there in your clogs and they hear you right away.
Clogs. You think we have clogs up there?
I don't know, man. I'm just getting it all out early.
We wear skates with guards when we're on land.
Skates
with plastic guards when we're on land.
And you walk.
Yep. That's how we get around.
And do you ever, when you walk around in shoes, where you like, God, this feels so good? You could, don't be stereotypical, but can you ice skate really well?
Yeah, in fact, we don't say ice skate. We just say skate.
You could skate.
Yeah.
Because it's understood that the land is ice.
Yeah, yes. Yes, it's understood that everything is ice all day, every day. In the summer, it's ice.
It's ice.
Everything is ice.
Could you right now skate pretty, like, would you have to, like, kind of get back into it? You played hockey growing up in high school.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, hockey player, right? Did you play in college? Or
No, I got sent away to a boot camp but it was like a hockey centric boot camp, and we had like 350 people and 14 hockey teams, and a lot of people made the NHL. A guy like I'm 39, and a guy Curtis McElhinney just retired. So there was like my whole life. There's guys that I played with in the NHL.
Wow. So he was in. So you saw those guys. Were they just unreal then?
Yeah. One of them was.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of times their bodies are different.
Yeah.
Like you look at them, they're like that guy. Like when they're like
they're just like solid.
Yeah, they're like 17 and they're men. And you're like, that guy's still gonna grow. Jeez.
It's like nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just as fast and just as skilled, and it's gonna be unreal. It's gonna be hard.
Who was the one that you
Wayne Gretzky.
I'm having a brain fart right now, but he
did he make it to the NHL?
Yeah, he scored like 20 goals a couple times. He played for the Montreal Canadiens. He played for a couple teams. I forget his name now. I should have.
Yeah, but when you were playing and you're 17, like he was just a very highly recruited. Like you could tell, like this dude was just above everybody else.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, they're just. It's just a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Like at that, like when they're. I mean, and he was also playing at a different level than me, so we would go watch them on the weekends, and then sit beside the girls, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I bet you want to be with him," and they'd be like, "Yep, yeah, we do."
Yeah.
That's cool.
You're like, me too.
Me too.
Me too.
He's got great skin.
So right now though, when's the last time you skated?
I skated probably last year.
Yeah.
Which
you kind of pick it right back up?
Yeah.
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 It's funny because skating is you.
I mean, you start when you're 2. Like, no joke in Canada.
Yeah.
Like for a lot of people, like my uncle, we live downtown, but they live in the suburbs, and then they had like just like a kind of open field, and he would go down there and just like. It's like a Canadian dad thing is making a rink for your kids with like a garden hose and doing it all. And he had like floodlights up, and if like somebody on your block has a good backyard rink, it's like every kid comes and hangs out all day, and you get to like the mom like you're just walking around with kids in your house
playing basketball.
Yeah. If someone has like a good hoop in the back,
yeah. So I guess you learn it so young. It is interesting because it's like. If you don't skate, which we never really skated here, there's a skating rink downtown, but it was not a big. Hockey's a lot bigger here in Nashville than it ever was, and it's starting to be like your kids are getting into it now. So
it's tough if you because the thing about why it's so much bigger in Canada is because you don't have to be wealthy to skate. Because someone's dad has a backyard rink, and also every basketball court in a park turns into a rink. They put up like wood boards with like a little fence for glass in the back, and they have like you just go. All you have to do is get skates.
Yeah.
And so for here, you said that we had one rink.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to do it.
Well, wait, it's the Sportsplex. I don't know if he had in the
Centennial Sportsplex.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was even around when I was a kid. Like, I think it came later.
That's true. It's just totally inaccessible in some places here.
I mean,
I grew up in Alabama. We never thought about hockey.
Well, I mean,
I've never skated in my life.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I don't think you had to say it.
Where did you say downtown? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. It's like near, I guess, sort of near Syracuse, New York.
Hey, let me throw out the facts.
Oh, sorry.
Stick to
don't get ahead.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know my place. My place is skating.
Yeah. When we get to the skate questions, we can get
to me.
How fast can you get going, Graham, on one of those skate things?
One of those. Yeah. But I was a goalie. I was not like a.
Is it nerve-wracking being a goalie?
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's a lot. I figure that's why it's like it's very similar to being a comedian. Same mentality. I don't want to depend on anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And you're kind of the center of attention in a way, like when it's in your end. You can swing a game all by yourself. You can if your team scores one goal, you can win.
Yeah.
If you're killing it.
Great that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that. And so
what was the most goals you had scored on you?
Oh, about 30. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I played one. Like if you're a good goalie, you want to be like at least under 3 goals a game. Usually like the best ones are under 2. And I made a team, and then we shouldn't have been AAA. AAA was the best. But we were like, well, let's try. We had I was a AAA goalie, I feel, and we had like 2 forwards and that was it. Everyone else was like absolute plugs. And in Canada, we call them pylons. And
like they're terrible.
Yeah. Like in America, you call it traffic cones. We call traffic cones pylons.
Yeah.
And if you're just like a standing still, people just skate around you, you're a pylon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my goals against average was like 6. I would just get absolutely, but my save percentage was like in the 90s.
Yeah,
I was stopping a lot, but I was just getting absolutely shelled. Like it was just like
it was just overly being shot at.
Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah. And I just remember one game. My old coach came to see me from like a previous season, which is like a huge honor. It's like that guy hangs out at a rink all day. He's got kids, and he took time to go to a cold arena, stand in the stands, and watch this kid he's not related to play because he was proud of me for making AAA. And also my uncle, who's and my cousin, like they're like he's the rink uncle, and they're like a hockey family, and like his kids, like one played Division Division II hockey in the States, and he's like still like the point leader. Or he was at least a couple years ago. Like huge hockey fan. He came by himself to watch me because he was like, "We're gonna watch Graham," and it was like,
an honor.
It was an honor, and I think I let in like 4 goals in the first 5 minutes, and they pulled me, and I just watched my uncle and my coach leave.
Are you just going as you skate back to the bench? You're like, I feel like that's the move you make when you skate back to the bench. You're like slumping, just being like,
I have a signature move for getting pulled. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying like it's funny to see. When they skate back to the bench, like if a goalie's being replaced or something, but like if you're down and you're kind of like pouting and then you have to go, shh. You got to pout and it's still fun to skate. So you're having fun. And so it's still like kind of
cool. You're like smiling.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Are you smiling?
Are you smiling?
I enjoy skating.
Yeah. I got into this, coach, because I like skating. Yeah.
Do people get into the figure skating more in Canada, or is it really just hockey?
I like how you're really trying to steer away from the stereotypes, and I appreciate that.
But this is let's get what if everybody has these stereotypes?
It's true.
Do you see a lot of moose?
Yeah.
Don't ever look at me again.
Yeah.
Yes, we see quite a bit.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. It's a huge problem. Many people die.
Anyway, figure skating.
Funny thing about moose is if you hit them, I've never hit a moose. I think I've seen a live moose once in my life driving, but apparently a lot of people die from moose because they're so high, and if you're not driving like a jacked up truck, the body just goes through the windshield and it will obliterate your family.
Yeah,
it's just,
I've seen one driving. In Maine.
Yeah.
And they're enormous.
They're so big.
So big.
Anyway, but my mom was really into figure skating.
Yeah.
She'd always be like, look, they're just excellent skaters. Come watch this with me. I'm like, geez. She'd be like, look how athletic they are. And they're just, they're wearing a dinner gown. And I'm like, how am I supposed to?
Yeah.
And like, he's masculine, not just, don't worry, he's an athlete. I'm like, he's wearing a woman's dress. I'm sure he is. And good for him. But I don't know how. Yeah, she'd always try to sell me on it.
Well, it's interesting to think, like, people you just get into the sport that you're dealt with. Like when y'all saw a soccer ball for the first time, were you like, what is this? Did you not know how to hand it back?
We assumed that it was.
Did you grab it and run with it?
Well, we broke off a branch from the nearest tree. We started to hit it, and we were like, "This giant puck is not so heavy. That's pretty neat." Yeah,
lacrosse big there.
It was the national sport of Canada when I was growing up, and they switched it to hockey. That was like a little secret fact.
Oh, I had it
sneaky
on here.
fact you could put. You could be like, national sport of Canada is. People say hockey. No, it's lacrosse. And that's just another thing we took away from the native people. So you can't have this. It's hockey, stupid. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
You may be the first guest we've had who actually knows where he's from and knows stuff about it. Usually they're like, oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So you know your stuff.
I try.
Yeah. What's a fun fact?
Ottawa is the capital of Canada. Did you guys know that?
I did know that.
Canada is the second largest country in the world by total area.
Mm-hmm.
But it has 38 million people. California has 40 million.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yep. We're very...
You're so spread out up there.
If you see a satellite picture of Canada at nighttime, it's actually hilarious because all of the lights are hugging the American border. Actually, we're just trying to get free healthcare and be warm as possible.
It's not spread out, right? Because this says 9 out of 10 Canadians live within 100 miles of the U.S. border.
Yeah, but the U.S. border is like a 5-day drive wide.
Yeah,
right?
so
it's like spread out in that way.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, it's spread out like as far as
across.
Yeah, they're not like, you can go. There's towns everywhere. Parts of Canada, you're going to be able to see. What'd you look up?
I'm looking up a satellite picture of North America at night.
But it's hard to tell where the border is there. But where the light stop is pretty much the border.
Yeah.
Look at the lights that go way up there. Like how far up do people live? I mean, there are people that are so far up that it's just never warm.
Yeah, they're.
What is it? Edinburgh or what's the name of that town?
Edinburgh's in Scotland, but
not
Edmonton. Yeah, they got a big comedy festival in Edinburgh.
So is Edmonton.
Yeah.
I got into it 5 years in a row.
Yeah, the Edmonton Comedy Festival.
I said, this is an honor. And Graham's uncle was in the crowd. And then I bombed and he walked out.
He did
and
leave.
I go, God.
Yeah, he's like, don't ever hang out with that boy again. Anyway, Edmonton is probably the furthest north, like, regular city. They do have a summer, and where it gets to be like, it'll be like 90 degrees once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And the summer is probably 3 months long.
Yeah.
And then
that's not bad.
But there's like people like there's like places up there, like they're not, so we have provinces, which is basically another word for states. But then we have territories, which is like, they have like 10,000 people in it. So they can't be like have the voting rights of a province, right?
Yeah.
So, but people live up there, and it's like a lot of Inuit people, used to call them Eskimos, and a lot of people move up there to like work in government or work in my friend became a doctor and moved there because the government paid him extra money.
Yeah.
And they're always trying to get me to go up there and like, it's beautiful. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Why? I don't like being cold.
Yeah.
And there's like in the winter, it's like it could be dark for 24 hours for like, I don't know, for like 2 weeks straight. It's like dark for 24. Why would I don't know. It just seems like hell.
It probably is beautiful.
I guess.
Well, I mean, it's going to be.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
It would be like it would. I guess it would be the closest. It would be going to like feeling like you've traveled to the moon or something, like like a different planet.
Yeah.
Do people in Canada have an identity with their province in the same way that Americans do with the states?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%. I mean, the biggest examples I could say of that are. So all of Canada has a huge identity crisis. Like if you ask a Canadian, you go, what is our culture? We'll say we're not American, which is a terrible.
Yeah.
Your culture is not being another country. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But there are
we
two.
Say, yeah, you're sure right, ain't.
Yeah. You guys say, what is Canada?
Yeah.
I've never thought about it once.
Yeah.
And so, like, there are two places in Canada in particular where they don't feel like that way. Quebec, which is French-speaking, it's 5 million people. It's twice the size of Texas landmass-wise. The biggest city is Montreal. Capital city is Quebec City. Quebec. So all of North America, in Napoleonic Wars, was English and French were fighting for who was going to win North America, and the base was Quebec City. For French, and for English, I think it was New York. I don't know, but anyway, obviously, France lost. England took over. That's why America speaks English. But there are still vestiges like New Orleans, St. Louis is a French name. Vermont means Green Mountain. Whatever. There's like a million other examples. But they got pushed back all the way to Quebec. And that's where they still are. And there's millions of people there who don't speak any English.
Yeah.
I would say there's like 5 million people. I would guess 3 million don't speak a word of English. And so they obviously don't have an identity crisis. They know who they are.
Yeah.
They're like, we're Quebecers. They want to separate. Like a lot of them want to separate. They almost separated in the early 90s. Made their own country, which would be weird because it'd be surrounded by Canada. And then Newfoundland, which is an island off the East Coast, right there.
Uh-huh.
And they became Canada in like 1948. They were their own country. They fought World War II as Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And so they were.
We want a piece of this. Yeah. You're like, get out of here, man. Someone's just grabbing your shoulder. Who is that? It's Newfoundland. We're here.
Buddy, we're here.
We're here, buddy. Well, yeah. Hey, is there more of you? No, this is it.
They were an isolated island. Up until the 1950s, when there was mass media, they were cut off from the rest of the world. They speak with Irish accents.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm going to do a terrible Newfoundland accent, but they're like, "Hey there, buddy, how you doing there? Oh, going there fishing." Yeah. And like they talk, they go down by the bay. Oh, they go, "Oh, you're not." They go, "If you're from, no matter if you're from America or from Ottawa or from France, and you go there, they go, oh, you come from away. come from away. And they go,
away.
yeah, where are you to? Where are you from? They go, where are you to? You come from away. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You guys.
What's that?
Yeah.
I come from away.
Yeah.
I come from away.
Are they the ones that has the time zone that's like 30 minutes?
Yes, they have their own time zone, which is just 30 minutes different from anybody else.
I'll be honest with you. I'm way on board in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Is it Newfoundland or Newfoundland?
They go Newfoundland. And and they consider it a slur to call them Newfies, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
well, we don't appreciate it.
It's like we're just trying to shorten it.
We don't like it. Well, why don't you take the time to speak what we're called? I think I'm way on board with these people.
Yeah.
And I love it.
They have in World War I, they had the highest percentage of countries of people who died.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's like 1 out of 5 men were dead in Newfoundland.
I love it.
Because the British Army was like, who are these guys? Like they were controlling Newfoundland. They were like, yeah, you just go over the ridge first.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, buddy, okay. Just get slaughtered.
Where are you from away? Where are you going to?
Yeah, where are you to?
From away?
From away? Yeah. And then
So do y'all honor the British monarchy? Like, is that a thing?
In Canada right now?
Yeah.
Well, I think I think generation by generation, like my generation is like, why we still got the Queen on our money? We don't pay them like money or anything like that. I think the main reason historically why it's there is because we need every little thing to separate us from America, just because we are, it's a very unique thing. Like there's only 2 countries. There's only one other instance in the world I can think of it where 2 countries are as similar, like Austria and Germany, right? But the thing about Austria is you are surrounded by a bunch of other tiny little other countries. Like Canada shares a border with, and nobody else, with the most powerful, biggest media, and most militarily powerful country ever. Culturally influential country ever, right? So if you want to keep your own country, you have to like hold on to these rinky-dink little things. Like to make Quebec doesn't have that problem. They're like, we speak a different language. Newfoundland is like basically, if you watch Newfoundland movie, you need subtitles, and so it's like us. It's like.
No, I was just laughing at that.
Oh, okay.
They need subtitles.
Yeah, you just touched my leg. I was like, I don't know. I was like, did I go too far? I don't know.
Yeah. No. You don't have your.
Maybe you're like, I had a lot of coffee. Maybe I'm rambling. I was like, maybe I should shut up. But anyway, so it's like that's the historic reason is like you guys fought a war to leave England, and we were like, well, and like it's almost like 100 years later. We're like, well, if we just wait, and we don't have to die, can you let us go?
Yeah,
and that's what happened. And they're like, yeah, but you got to put the Queen on the money. We're like, yeah, whatever, buddy. Okay, fine. If we don't have to die.
How long is that gonna last?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Your money's, that's the thing that everybody talks about when we go to Canada for the first time.
I get it.
It
is weird.
Yeah, but you don't, I mean, you get used to it when you go. It's kind of fun. Yeah. Like, I like it more now than I did.
The color, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
I think the color is smart.
Yeah.
Having another country's queen on your money is weird.
I don't think I ever thought about that.
Yeah.
But but like it was always hard with the coins.
Yeah.
That was the funniest thing about like when you would leave Canada and a coin's like $5.
No,
right?
2.
I thought there was one that was 5.
No. That'd be just a
I don't know.
bedlam.
Someone looked that up. I don't think I think Graham's wrong. In Montreal, they don't have a $5 coin.
They have the same money. They don't like the queen on the money in Montreal. I'll tell you that
really?
right now.
Yeah.
What's
$2? So a $2 coin though. So you could be like, you end up having like a bunch of it, and you're like, yeah, I don't care. Like you just get like throwing it around, because in your head it's a quarter, and then you're like, that was $20, And when we first went to Montreal, I mean, I remember it's like Montreal Comedy Festival, you have no money, you're like, the brokest you can possibly be,
and they make you
pay.
They make you pay to go up there.
Yeah, you can barely afford. You're like. People couldn't. Like, I can't afford to go up there, and then you got these coins that you're like, I think it's a dime, and you're like, no, I needed that. I needed that $8. Really bad.
Yeah. I won't eat.
That was like a lunch.
Yeah, man.
What's the loonie?
The loonie is $1, and then when I was in high school, they came out with the $2 coin, which has a polar bear on it, and I was always like, well, the loonie is called a loonie because there's a loon on it. And then the $2 coin came out and had a bear on it. I was like, we should call it a berry. I remember being in 9th grade being like, let's call it a berry. And it just became a toonie.
Did you have that much say in Canada? I imagine everybody has. Does everybody have say like that?
I was playing AAA hockey in Ottawa, so I had quite a bit of sway.
Yeah. How you doing? Miss Queen, is the Queen here? And they go, no, it's just on the money.
Yeah.
I go, I would like to speak with the Queen. You go, there's no Queen. And you go, well, why is it on the money? You broke the holes in their whole system. Then why is it on the money? They go, none of us know.
Everyone's just
He said Miss Queen.
Well, let me talk to you.
Yes, he did say Miss Queen.
Miss Queen.
Miss
I
Queen.
thought that was a joke.
That was a joke.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's how you do comedy. Someone's got.
I laughed.
Yeah, I'm the only one that brings comedy on this podcast. You walk in. Can I speak to the polar bear, please?
Yeah.
I would like to talk to the polar. And there's a polar. I picture a polar bear sitting behind a desk.
That's the prime minister. Don't look him in the eye.
Yeah. He's just eating meat.
Funny story about polar bears. My buddy told me, he lives up there. The doctor is say you're like going on like out of town or whatever, and everyone has a ski-doo there, and that's how you like you get around off the road or whatever. And if you want to go to the bathroom on like take a whiz on a snowbank or something, you got to bring your gun with you, because a polar bear will track you, and they're the only bears in the world that hunt people, and you can't see them because they're white, and they know that their nose is black, and they cover their nose with their paw when they poke their head out to look for you. They look over a snowbank and like that, and then you just taking a whiz, and then polar bear just and then you're toast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You gotta have
how
like
many
a
polar
gun with
bears
you.
kill humans? That's
I don't know.
Do you have that fact?
Oh, I have Churchill in Manitoba. Is that how you say it, Manitoba?
Yeah.
It's polar bear capital of the world.
That's right.
15,000 of the world's 25,000 polar bears live in Churchill.
Oh, really?
It's a high
this.
population.
To the point where people purposely leave their cars and homes unlocked in case they have to run from a polar bear and jump in either.
Wow. That seems like that you shouldn't live there.
You shouldn't live there to go. How is it up here? It is beautiful.
How's the crime? No crime.
No,
you got to
crime
keep.
at all.
We keep everything
God,
unlocked.
That's unbelievable. Yeah. Wow. You know what? I think I should be here. Just before you move, I should tell you this. Polar bears actively hunt us and try to kill us.
Yeah.
like,
It's worse
just
than
to
crime.
throw that in there.
They're monsters.
Everything you build up to move someone there, you're like, dude, no crime. It's beautiful. Everything's great. You go, you know what? I think I'm going to do it. And they go, oh, okay. Well, I think I should tell you that polar bears are actively hunting us every day.
Yes.
So there is crime? No, they're not. They don't steal anything, but I guess so. They're murdering a lot.
You know that monster from The Empire Strikes Back that gets Luke? We have those.
Yeah, we have those.
They're here,
and they're here, and they know we're here.
Yeah,
and
they don't like it.
They don't care for it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, all of them are here.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the other 10,000 at? A zoo?
I mean, I think it's around that area. That's just saying 15,000 live in this one town.
Yeah.
Probably all 25,000 live in North
that's
Pole.
How active?
There's only 25,000 polar bears?
Polar bears are...
According to my research.
Polar bears are pretty awesome. Like, as far as a bear, could be my favorite bear.
Yeah.
A polar bear. Polar bears are very cool.
Yeah.
They're just, I don't know. You don't know.
You see this stat right here?
What?
Between 1870 and 2014, out of 73 recorded polar bear attacks, there were 20 human fatalities, 69 injuries.
So that's quite a bit for that. No, that's like what is that? 140 years, 50 years?
Yeah.
And there's only been 73.
Yeah.
So apparently, but now do it when they figured out the nose thing. And they go, oh, it's like 4 a day.
Yeah,
you're like, God, dude, that was it.
2015 was a big year for the bear population. They really
once they figured that out.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they stop at 2015 for a reason.
I think Ricky Gervais has a joke about that in his special. I'm almost positive.
About the nose.
Yeah,
Huh.
Maybe about a rabbit or something like that. I would never be able to play it, but it's Yeah. He has a joke about it's an animal facts joke, and he talks about hiding their nose or something like that.
Oh.
They finally figured it out. What's something else?
71% of the world's maple syrup comes from Canada.
There was this thing a couple years ago. It was like a headline in the news. I didn't want any of my American friends to see it. And there was a big maple syrup heist in Canada for like $2 million. It was like national news. Big maple syrup heist. I was like, oh no.
You don't want people stereotyping.
And you're offended by my ice skating question?
Yeah. We're trying to, I promise you we're a real place.
Well, this is kind of fun. What is it? You just don't think you're a real place?
Yeah.
What are you doing up there? Just riding polar bears and stealing maple syrup? And you're like, I'll be honest with you, that's 2 things that we have done.
Yeah.
Wow.
You skate in your backyard and steal maple syrup. What is the heist?
That's all I remember of it. But
so they stole 3,000 tons of syrup valued at $18 million.
Big heist.
But what did they steal in Goodfellas? Like the
Lufthansa heist.
Yeah. So it's kind of similar to that. That's $18 million. It's better than that.
But in the Lufthansa heist, they stole money.
Yeah.
Well, this is...
It's the biggest heist in Canadian history, it said. Just money-wise.
Did they catch them?
I don't know.
That's a good thing to steal, syrup.
Yeah, it's untraceable.
It's untraceable.
Tastes like syrup.
They go, syrup looks funny. Dude.
Yeah. In popular
Where
culture.
did you get it from?
In December of 2012, police arrested 17 men related to the theft. So this was a big operation.
Yeah.
My favorite line
all named Jacques.
Yeah. the Federation of Quebec maple syrup producers has been compared to a cartel. So they're really running stuff.
The people that make the syrup.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If it's
77%.
77% of the world's maple syrup comes to Canada, that's y'all's.
We're like
thing.
OPEC.
Yeah. That is y'all's main thing.
It's not.
Feels like it.
Yeah. You think our GDP is $17 million?
I think, what y'all are eating off the land? I don't know where you're spending your money.
Yeah, mostly maple syrup and polar bear repellent.
I don't think I'm the bad guy. You guys did a maple syrup heist.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm been misled.
It really is my own fault for bringing it up. Yeah.
That's fun.
$18 million.
What was the thing in popular culture down at the bottom for that heist?
Popular culture. Oh, it's part of a Netflix documentary, Dirty Money.
Okay.
Oh.
So
There you go.
All
the
right.
maple syrup heist.
All right.
That's a word that people say differently. I never know if I land it right.
Heist? Or maple syrup?
Heist I can get pretty good. Syrup.
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 Yeah. I grew up saying syrup.
Yeah.
And then
Well, that's just a regional thing. Like
Yeah.
catty corner, which sounds insane to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say kitty corner.
I've never said, come here, catty. Come here, catty.
But catty corner
We're not talking about cats though. We're talking about the house that's
I understand that, but isn't
Yeah.
it like a reference to like cats? Kitty corner?
No.
What a cat.
Like as the crow flies?
yeah.
kitty corner?
Yeah.
That's the way. Like if you let a cat go and it would go to that house.
That's the way I'm.
That's the kitty corner it would go.
Yeah.
to.
I have no idea. I just.
Yeah.
This is what
I just don't think people are letting cats go that much to
Yeah.
have a reference for it. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you let a cat go, it tries to come right back inside the house. I don't know.
I mean, you've never owned a cat. They
go.
They go for days.
And they run but why don't you?
I mean, they'll just go to other people's houses.
I know, but why don't you just go get them? They're only diagonally across from you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they can only go diagonal.
They can only
It's
go.
like they're like a snakes and ladders type situation. Yeah.
Yeah, kitty corner. Yeah, I don't know. All right, that's y'all's thing though. Syrup, kitty corner,
Yep.
skating,
Yeah.
polar bears.
It's a very diverse country. We got a lot of stuff we've contributed to the world.
You have a lot of French-speaking people that hate everybody.
Yeah.
Did they hate Canadians?
They.
It's a weird vibe.
Well, I would say that they're like 30% of them resent the rest of Canada pretty deeply
Because they don't
and
speak
they
French.
No, because they feel like they're subjugated in some way.
Yeah.
They feel like they're.
I don't know what that word means at all.
I was like,
So yeah,
They feel like they're second class citizens in their own country, which is, I mean, I think that's nuts, but
yeah.
they
There's only-
historically like they were. I mean, maybe a little bit before back in the day.
Newfoundland, see, they feel like they have the right attitude. They're willing to go fight.
Yeah,
They just seem like great people.
they are great people. There's a Tony Award-winning Broadway play called come from away, and it's like the most popular play on Broadway the past couple of years, and it's about in 9/11, all the planes got rerouted, all these like American flights had to land in Newfoundland and stay there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they still keep in touch because they've never met a nicer group of people. You'll never meet a nicer group of people than Newfoundlanders.
Yeah.
They're just like
I love it.
salt of the earth. Like they'll give you the shirt off their back, and they're just very hard drinkers and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
do people go there a lot for vacation?
In Canada, you go there, yeah, because it's just so different. You know, if it's just a very different place.
Do you know why their time zone's just 30 minutes different?
Because they're just out in the middle of the ocean. Look at them; they're out there.
Because it's just fun to be like. That's what makes me like them. Like everything's
yeah.
kind of fun. Like,
Yeah.
like our time zone's just different. You're like, yeah, it is. It's just we're 30 minutes different than every. Because you're when you come here, leave all your nonsense behind. All you're on the hour nonsense. Don't bring that nonsense.
No.
That's not what this is.
It's
about.
6:30.
It's 6:30. Yeah. I know my alarm was for 7, and he goes, "Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't even touch zeros."
No, we don't. Yeah, we just wait for half an hour at 6:30, and then it becomes 7.
Sometimes we might do 45 at one point. I don't know.
Sounds a little French to me. I don't know.
What does their land look like? Is it just exactly like Canada, or is it pretty?
No, it's different. It's it's like rocky. It's beautiful. It's I mean, it's all ocean. I mean, I don't know. You could just Google image.
Same
might
kind
be
of
better.
weather.
Yeah.
You're gonna zoom in.
Oh, we're zooming all the way in, dude.
I mean,
what's a good street to go to?
Just I would Google image Newfoundland. I think you'd get a.
Do they? Is there? So oh wow, yeah. It's like it's
pretty
just like,
nice.
It's very very pretty. Is their weather any better?
Brutal.
Or is it still brutal?
It's brutal.
Yeah.
I had an uncle, like a great uncle, and we used to go. I go to his house. I mean, he lived in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And Saskatchewan's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal. And they do the national weather, and he'd be like, wait for Newfoundland. It would always be like 35 and rainy. And it's like. It's in the summer. It's very nice. It looks like that.
Yeah.
All of those pictures were taken in the summer. Go in July.
Yeah. When you go.
Go June, July, August. But the rest of the time, it's like 45 and rainy and snow. Yeah.
It looks a lot less fun.
Yeah.
Canada is the most educated country in the world.
More than
50% of the
subjugated.
More than 50% of the population has a post-secondary education.
Wow. And you're doing so much with that.
Yeah. Yep.
As a comedian.
Yeah, I know. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, what if I just started comedy right out of the gate?
Yeah. When'd you start?
Instead of going to school.
Did you go to graduate school?
No, I didn't. I even back then I was like smart enough to be like, what's the point of this?
Yeah.
If you don't want to be, I don't get the point. But I started comedy when I was 26, which is like about a year. It's like a year too late. I feel like not too late, but it's like getting late.
I was 23 though. I was about to be 24.
Yeah.
So I basically started in 23 and I turned 24 within 3 months.
Right.
So
yeah, but that's a good time to start.
You got a good person right here.
Yeah.
What if you start when you're 35? Is that 9 years too late? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It adds up, actually.
Yeah.
You're right on.
No, I mean, whatever. When you start, you start. I mean, there's a comedian in Canada named Todd Graham. No relation because we have different last names.
Yeah.
But he started when he was 40, and he's one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
He's so funny. He's just, it's like if it eats away at you, it's better to live your life to try it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Should have been more uplifting, yeah.
And you know what?
Obviously.
He makes a bus driver salary doing comedy, so.
He does.
Is that uplifting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's sometimes all you want.
Yeah.
That you think if I can just make, you always think that when you first start is I want to make enough to wait tables.
Yeah.
And so you're like, if I can make 18 grand a year.
That was my dream.
Yeah.
I remember I waited tables and I was a bad waiter, but it's the only jobs I could have that would fit around comedy. And I just remember, I did it for 6 years and I was just like, when I would every day I would think about, there's like a Kanye song where he talks about like working at the Gap and one day he's going to make it. And I would listen to that song like every morning and be like, one day I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. And then I remember I was down to 2 days a week working at a restaurant. This is in Canada. And then I booked a Axe body spray commercial. And I booked a comedy tour, and I was gone for 2 weeks. And I was looking at my finances, I was like, I'm good for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
I can quit. And I was like, when I come back from this tour, I'm going to quit. And for 5-6 years in my head, I was like, I'm going to be like, screw you, you're cool, screw you. I was going to have this big speech in my head I was going to do. I got back from the tour, walked into my restaurant, ready for this big speech. They had fired everybody and hired a whole new staff, and no one knew who I was.
Which made it easier. Yeah. You go, then I'll tell all you people.
You all stink. Yeah. Everyone, I walked in there like, oh, you're Graham? We were wondering who that guy was who had 2 days, like Monday and Tuesday lunch.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you seek out the people who were fired and still put it in their face?
Yeah, you stink. You should be fired. Yeah,
you find them at their new job.
Yeah.
Did they keep you back, or did you just quit?
I mean, I quit. I didn't want. I asked to get hired so I could quit and make that speech. I held off.
Yeah.
So just to get them to learn who I was, so I could make that big speech.
It took a couple months. I got them into my routines.
Yeah.
I got them liking me.
I had to turn.
I brought the hammer down.
I actually took a little bit longer because I had to turn down some tours to pick up some shifts, and it took me another year actually.
It's sometimes when you want to make those speeches, because everybody thinks that you don't. By the time you get to the point to where you can make that speech, you end up kind of being like, you don't care at all.
Totally.
And but in your head,
you
in that moment you want it.
Yeah, because you think it's never going to come, and you're a little insecure. And when you finally do get good enough and make like money, a living at it, you're just more secure. You don't need to do that.
You don't need it. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I remember asking Judah Friedlander. I talked to him once about it, saying like, did you ever think, these clubs, these comedy clubs, you're like when you get to theaters or something, or you move up, however big you can get.
Yeah.
You ever gonna go back to the comedy clubs that never booked you and be like, you know what, dude, and like, screw you. You never, whatever. And I was like, would you ever do that and maybe not play some of those comedy clubs? And he goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, what are you going to do? Do that to everybody?
Yeah.
And then you're like, it made sense. And then you do get to a point and you're like, it just doesn't. And look, if someone was horribly wrong to you, then it'd be one thing.
Right.
But overall, rightfully so, you're nobody. You think you're like, they should be booking me. You know who I am? We talked about like after I did that CMT thing.
Yeah.
I barked at a comedy club after I did that.
Day.
I did a TV thing. And I flew back. I was on television.
Yeah.
And I flew back and had to hand out flyers like everybody else. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And then you almost just gotta like realize that you do everything. And then your satisfaction is when they do come back and want you to do whatever you want.
And it's never a good look if you were to like tell them off. You just look like a bitter, and you look insecure.
Yeah.
You look like you haven't made it in your own head. You know?
Yeah. All right.
Narcisse, I hope I said that wrong, in Manitoba is the snake capital of the world.
Weird.
Really?
World's largest
It's a good name for a snake capital.
Yeah.
What?
Got a lot of S.
Wow.
Around 70,000 snakes come out of hibernation every spring.
Jeez.
In this place.
They're like cicadas up there, huh?
I guess so.
I've honestly never heard of this.
They're red-sided garter snakes. Most of them are. The pits are perfect for snakes to sleep in during the winter. And then people come from all over the world to watch them come out around Mother's Day.
Lunatics come from all over the world.
Yeah.
Nate would do it.
I would go.
Yeah, you like snakes?
I don't like. I'm not gonna grab them and go as crazy as I would have been a little bit younger, but I enjoy them and I would be very kind of interested in that. And like, it's kind of crazy to me. Especially around Mother's Day, man, I would take Laura. Imagine taking Laura would have. She's never heard of this.
Yeah. We are going.
I know she's never heard of this. She doesn't listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm joking, that'd be great. I don't let her listen to this one, and I buy her a. I mean, if I was like, we're going to what is it?
Narcisse,
Canada. Where's it at?
Manitoba.
Yeah, okay.
North of like,
I mean, that's like
the
saying,
Dakotas.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean.
It's
Yeah.
like
Oh, it's near Manitoba.
like a 4-hour drive north of North Dakota, I'm gonna guess.
So up above Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Wow. And if I tell her we're going to Narcisse and like it's like this
Yeah.
magical kind of thing, and then it's just all the snakes in the world coming out on Thursday.
I tell you what, that is not a warm place. Winnipeg, not. And if it's north
Winnipeg
of there,
is I've been to Winnipeg. Maybe Winnipeg was not Edmonton. I was in Winnipeg.
oh, you did Rumors.
Yeah,
that's Winnipeg.
great comedy club
Yeah.
in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
A
Cold
lot of
place.
people go there. Very cold place.
Yeah.
That was where the Winnipeg was. It was. That's what I mean with Edmonton. When I say I got met.
Yeah.
Winnipeg was where I went there. It was like minus 20.
Very
degrees.
similar places.
Yeah.
They would probably, if you're living in Edmonton or Winnipeg, you're listening right now, you probably don't agree with me. You're wrong. They're the same. They're very, very similar.
In Winnipeg, you said you'd see people. It'd get 30 degrees. They have shorts on, like they're ready to go.
They need it.
Great.
They're like sun on my yams.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
My yams.
Wow. Canada is the first country to create a UFO landing pad.
Oh,
You got a lot to do.
St. Paul, Alberta.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Queen came to visit it.
Really?
Yep.
She was probably like, God, these colonies.
Where they? Yeah. I like that they're.
Where is it?
St. Paul, Alberta?
That's just like a small town that's like, we need a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they did a great job.
Yeah.
They got the Queen there.
Yeah.
Was Canada like, hey, we got a couple other things we'd like you to do? And she's like, well, I'd like to see this UFO landing thing.
Yeah.
And you go, it's not even. I'll be honest with you, they would land in the parking lot next to it.
Yeah, it's small.
They're trying to get the Queen not to come to there. Queen, we need, you're on the money, and we would like it if you come to the major cities and, do some stuff. And she goes, no, I want to go see the UFO landing.
That is not a UFO. That is just a outdoor concert stage that they're like, well, we'll just rebrand it UFO landing plan. And so we get
Do open mics there.
Yeah. That is the most unimpressive thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's so small.
That sucks.
I don't think we
Wow,
can
so
land.
it would land right there. No, I'll be honest with you. I think they would park in the parking lot.
Yeah.
We got a giant parking lot that would probably be a lot bit easier. They don't have to maneuver as much.
Behold,
Yeah.
a roofless gazebo.
We got a giant parking lot that's never full, to be honest with you. So there's plenty of room.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room.
Man.
Great people of outer space.
So, ma'am, if you honestly, could you swing by Toronto and just do some stuff? And she goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got that. I want to see the snake thing. She's just naming all this kind of stuff.
We know you flew here from outer space, but we've built you some stairs in case you can't get down.
No, don't jump off. That's where the stairs are.
Stairs.
They don't know what stairs are.
They don't have legs.
Come down the stairs.
The other side. The other side.
Yeah.
Man.
Do they have Reese's Pieces down those stairs?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. That's it.
Can you imagine just the alien just gets out and he's like, he's on that thing. He goes, oh, snug fit. Yeah. And then he walks and sees the parking lot and he goes, I'm going to move it over here.
Yeah.
It's
More
just,
space.
just the same like polar bears where you keep everything unlocked. You're like, we don't know what this country's like. So I'm going to make it where we can get in and out a little bit easier. If they block the stairs, we can't get back to our UFO. So thank you for this.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I did see it.
Yeah. We did park in a handicapped parking spot, so we're sorry about that.
We're right up front.
Yeah.
I would go see it.
We don't have legs, so we don't feel bad about
That'd
it.
be fun to go to.
Well, how close is it to the snake pit? I mean, could you fit it all in there?
Could we do it in
Oh, it doesn't
one fell
seem
swoop?
like it.
Doesn't seem like it.
Seems like it's an island in Puerto Rico.
It's in Newfoundland.
That was Newfoundland. That is the
That's
least
it,
Puerto
man.
Rican place on earth is Newfoundland. It's their motto.
They've never been.
Not one Puerto Rican has ever set foot or heard of this place.
the least Puerto Rican place on earth. Welcome.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, imagine you went there and you saw Puerto Rican and Newfoundland. His eyes are just wide. He goes, every day, I can't believe I've just been trying to find a way off this place.
Yeah, they clap their hands on a different beat.
Yeah. Saskatchewan. I always like that name.
Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Now he likes
didn't even say it.
I don't like it now that you said it.
Yeah, now that you know the name of the thing that you like.
Canadians say sorry so much that in 2009 an apology act was passed, making apologies inadmissible in court. You know about this?
That is really sad. Yeah, I never noticed how much we say it. And my buddy, comedian Pat Bircher, just moved to New York from Canada, from Toronto, and he's just like walking around the city embarrassing me. He's like, "Oh, sorry." Like someone will punch him in the face. He'll be like, "Sorry, sorry, so okay." So like someone will. I mean, it's insane. I'm like, buddy, no one's gonna take you seriously. You gotta jockey a bit more here.
Yeah. I mean, the stereotypes that we've been throwing out, I don't understand. Everyone's kind of come true. You're like,
I know.
It's like we don't just say I'm sorry, and you're like, I mean, you're like passing laws.
Yeah.
Dude, like I don't.
Is that a national law or is that just some funny? Like, is that the UFO landing of laws in some weird town?
I mean, I thought it was a national law.
It's on the money.
It's on the money. Yeah,
it's for Ontario.
Right next to the Queen's face, it says sorry.
I mean, it makes it mean apology mean expression of sympathy or regret and not an admission of fault or liability.
Yeah, in civil court.
It's funny the attitude to be we're not America, but then your most famous word is sorry.
I know.
It does. Your identity crisis would be very correct.
Yeah.
And that Canada's got to like choose to be like, just be your own thing, dude. Like, do you?
I know we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also I think one of the reasons what makes us funny. There's like a lot of American comedy is dominated by like disproportionately, like per capita disproportionately by Jewish people, Black people, and Canadians, and it's because it helps to be an outsider looking in, and you completely understand the culture.
Mm.
So it's like easy to comment on something you're a little removed from, but you get every single word of that culture. Mm-hmm. So I think that's one of the reasons.
Makes sense.
A lot of very funny comedians come out of Canada.
The West Edmonton Mall was the largest mall in the world. Still the largest mall in North America.
I've been there.
Largest parking lot in the world still. 20,000 parking spaces.
Really?
Yeah.
Take that, Dubai.
Well, that's a good place for a UFO to land.
Yeah.
Except there are cars in that parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to that mall. It's enormous.
It's awesome.
I was on you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, you did
There's a comedy club there.
yeah, I forget which one it's called.
No, it wasn't a club. We saw a hockey game inside the mall. It was so funny. It just, malls here have ice skating rinks, but there's a legit game going on in the mall. It was awesome.
Weird.
Yeah.
That there's a little known fact about that mall is they used to have they got a giant pool there, and they had submarines. You could go like in the submarines.
Oh, really?
And for a period of time, they had more submarines than the Canadian Navy. It was like an embarrassing fact.
Yeah. Something happens, y'all go to war, and you have to call that mall. Hey, I need you to open up right now. We need these submarines.
We need a bunch of trucks to ship these.
We needed these submarines yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember this big pirate ship. I mean, it's insane.
I was on a roller coaster in that mall.
Yeah, we went to, what is the comedy club there? Comic Strip or not Comic
Yuck Yucks?
I was at the Yuck Yucks, but the one in the mall I think is Comic Strip.
Comic Strip.
Yeah.
I went there. It's a good club, and but it's very funny. They had this. They had a girl host, or no, the girl did a guest spot, and it did not go well. She bombed really bad, and then when she said goodnight, the owner played Another One Bites the Dust.
Oh my god!
I mean, I felt
He had it queued up,
dude. I was like, he's doing this on like it was.
That's crazy.
It was very. I talked to her. I went and talked to her afterwards and made fun of just because it was like we've all bombed.
Good for you.
It's like
what is this? The Apollo? Like what?
I mean,
this is the West Edmonton Mall for God's
I
sakes.
remember I was like up there. What was I was like maybe alone. Like it was one of the. Why did I go there? It was one of the last clubs I did, and I forget. It's a great place, but it was and I just remember And I mean, bless her heart, like she was, you know, it was she was heartbroken, but it did not go well. We've all, you know, everybody's bombed.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it. And then he just to play that was like, I mean, it was like, and then we just kind of talked and made fun of that. Like,
so she did a guest. Was it a guest set?
Yeah,
and she did like
right into the dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
it was probably like a 5-minute guest set.
Yeah.
She bombed so quickly, he had it ready to go, queued up.
Oh yeah,
I mean, right out of the gate.
You know, if she wants to get back at that guy, I would understand. Like, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
It's also a funny story. Those are the bad. Like for her to have it happen.
Yeah.
If she somehow hears this, I'd be like, just tell everybody that story. I would tell everybody on earth that story. Like that's because that's just you know that's how you get past all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he salvaged it. He gave her a good joke out of it.
Yeah.
Canada has the longest highway in the world. The Trans-Canada Highway covers almost 5,000 miles.
Oh,
Wow.
There you go.
Big parking lot.
You ever been on it?
Big highway. Yeah. I mean, I think everyone has in Canada. I think.
Okay.
I think because it's like the major. It becomes major highways at certain parts. I feel.
Okay.
It's not like.
Is it like Route 66 or something?
I guess it's our Route 66.
Yeah.
Looks
like
Yeah.
But Route 66.
See how cool our name is, and y'all's is the Trans-Canada Highway.
We're very
And
literal
we're
people.
We're Route 66. Are y'all very literal people?
Well, our national day is called Canada Day. Yours is like Independence Day. We're like Canada Day. It's our day.
It's like y'all were like drawing on the desk, and they go, Canada, what day do you want your day to be? And you're like, Canada Day.
Canada Day.
Yeah, everybody's like Independence Day. I've been thinking about it all night.
Yeah.
Y'all are just scrabbling along. What was the question again?
Yeah.
What does your main day want to be called? Oh, Canada Day.
It was called.
What's your Christmas? Boxing Day?
We call it Christmas. We have the same Jesus, believe it or not. But
Why does he not look? Why does he
why is he wearing
not like y'all as much as us though?
Why does he say?
That's a good question.
That's the question we want to get to.
well, because
Does he say
he
sorry
knows
more?
you need more love because we're closer to Santa. So we get our
Yeah.
presents
Good.
and he's like,
A
you
little bit
feel
quicker.
sad, so you got to talk to him, you know.
Does Santa not give it all his all up there because he's so close to y'all? He knows that y'all know him. That maybe Santa just kind of phones it in. And you're like, yo, man, just because you live down the street from us doesn't mean you can't. You know, you're wearing shorts right now.
Yeah.
Like Santa doesn't
He's like
bring the heat.
He's like a comedy club booker
Yeah.
in a club you started out at in your hometown.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
I saw you when you started.
Yeah,
You're like, but
yeah.
I'm good now. No,
I'm good now.
There'll always be a 6-month comic to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Canada Day was called Dominion Day until 1982.
Well,
1983, it became Canada Day. So
That is an upgrade, I will say. We did make fun of Canada Day earlier, but I will say that is an upgrade from Dominion Day.
yeah.
Funny fact, TD Bank,
mm-hmm.
popular bank in America. I believe Boston plays in TD Bank Place.
Yeah.
It stands for Toronto Dominion, which means
Ooh.
the country of. So, like Canada. It basically means Toronto in Canada Bank.
Yeah.
And Boston plays in Toronto in Canada Bank Arena.
What were
which
the
is great
original?
to
Is
me.
it 6 original hockey teams?
Yeah, but only 2 of them were in Canada.
Really?
Yeah, there was Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins, New York Rangers, Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings, and I think that's it.
That's 6.
Yep,
What do they call the first 6 or
original 6.
original 6?
Yeah,
And who's your team?
Ottawa Senators, expansion team in 1992, worst first season in pro sports history. We came out the same year Tampa Bay Lightning came out, and they were like, we need to get fans, so we're going to be good early. And we were like, we're going to be good. We already have fans because we're hockey fans in Canada, so we're going to be bad, build through the draft, and we're going to win before you, even though we're bad. And we have not won a single cup. They've won 2. So pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're Tampa Bay.
And they're
we're
Tampa Bay.
Canada.
And
Yeah.
they have like 6 fans that come in flip-flops to the arena.
Yeah.
And we
And they have-
drive through. We have to fight polar bears.
Yeah.
to
If I
come to the
go,
game.
the games are packed.
Yeah.
You keep going. How far have y'all made it?
We made it to the finals once in 2007 and got slaughtered by Anaheim, another team where there's like 30 people in flip flops that have never heard of hockey that are watching the game.
Is it? Would y'all would you root for like the Expos over anything? Like, would you generally just root for a Canada team no matter where you live in Canada?
There's only one baseball team in Canada, the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
If the Blue Jays play,
I think the Expos are still playing. What's that?
Big baseball fan.
Yeah.
I actually was an Expos fan because Montreal is closer to Ottawa.
The great name, great hat.
Yeah, awesome.
Everything's
great logo, so awesome. And should have won the World Series, best record in baseball in 1994, but they had a strike. Very sad.
Yeah.
Killed the franchise. Anyway, so to answer your question, if Toronto, which is close to Buffalo, New York, if you're trying to figure out where it is geography-wise, plays in Seattle, which is right by Vancouver, West Coast. That's like a 5-hour flight away. All the fans are Blue Jays fans.
Yeah.
In Seattle.
Yeah.
Like it's like the players complain.
Yeah.
Like if a Seattle fan stands up and like tries to cheer, he'll get booed down because it's all Toronto fans, even though it's a different part of the continent.
Yeah.
Because all of Canada cheers for the Raptors and for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Even though they're like an hour and a half drive to Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. It grew and probably easily went down to Seattle the most.
Yeah.
Could go to the games the most.
Yeah.
I like that. I would be that way.
Yeah. I mean, I hate the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Because I'm an Ottawa fan. But I love the Raptors. Like I almost cried when they won. Like it was I thought I was gonna cry and I didn't. But I flew up to Toronto from New York to watch the last finals games.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be there.
Mm.
And it was so incredible.
Yeah, I like that. I would be like that.
I remember I was a Braves fan growing up. And I remember when the Blue Jays, Joe Carter hit that home run. No, that was off the Phillies, but they went back to back. The first year they beat the Braves.
Yep.
And
that was I remember that when I was a kid. Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger one.
Yeah.
It was so I get goosebumps. It was so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Boxing Day is the biggest shopping day of the year in Canada.
That's our Black Monday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Yep.
Cyber Monday.
Yeah, that's our. And now, because this is we can't even be our own country. Black Friday is like all in the media in America, like sitcoms. It's just ubiquitous in popular culture, and that bleeds over to us. So now we have Black Friday. It's like, but Boxing Day was our thing. It made sense. You stop. Everyone bought your Christmas presents, and then after Christmas, everything was cheap because they're trying to sell the stuff.
Yeah,
and you get deals. But now we have both, and Boxing Day is barely a thing now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, well, I already bought everything on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So why
is Boxing Day after Christmas or?
It's the 26th.
Yeah.
So it's the day after Christmas, and it was the biggest day for sales because it's like the stores had.
Well, Black Friday though is before Christmas.
That's right. It's to start. It's like
day after Thanksgiving.
The day after. Yeah.
It's to start the shopping season to kick it off. I guess was the plan, right? But so now it's like now we have that because we can't be.
But is that funny that your Black Friday was after Christmas? Like it should be before because that's when everybody needs to buy the gifts for.
But
cheap.
Doesn't it make sense if you're a business to try and make the most money because people have to go Christmas shopping, and then after you put the sale after Christmas.
Yeah, but they do the sales to get you out. So Black Friday is the idea of it is a mad rush to go buy gifts, and then wait. So what is 26th the most day where people go to the mall after Christmas?
Is it?
No, I think it's Black Friday. Isn't it?
Yeah. I always thought it was the day after Christmas or something.
I think people don't leave their house.
You may be right.
On the 26th.
I thought it was the day after Christmas because it was that was the day people had to go return stuff. So maybe it's but yeah, Boxing Day is I don't know. I like Boxing Day. I just like that y'all. It's you just know that about Canada. It's fun.
But it's a British thing. It's like a holdover from the British. Boxing Day is big over there.
I'm not getting that into it. I'm just saying. I like texting you Happy Boxing Day.
Yeah, you do that every year.
Every year.
I do love that. I love that. Yeah.
He's told two stories on the podcast about you. One that you text him every year Boxing Day, and the other one was about looking out on the pier or something?
Oh yeah.
Which was that?
funny.
When we went to Seattle and I looked at and I talked about like having a kid.
Yeah.
And if you always think if they fall in the water, how nervous, and anytime I'm around water, I'm afraid something to happen. And then you said, at least it's nice to have something you love that much in your life, which is, I try to say it on stage.
I remember that.
Those are the biggest days for stores in the U.S.
All right. So 26 is the third day.
Yeah.
So I was up there, and I would imagine Black Friday is pretty newly up there.
Yeah.
I don't think it was always up there. I don't remember Black Friday being the biggest thing.
It's definitely gotten bigger.
And so 21st.
Number 3, Boxing Day.
Yeah, so that's what I think that was here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The CN Tower, Canadian National Tower in Toronto, was the world's tallest freestanding structure until 2007.
Yep. In in Dubai, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the building that Drake had his album cover on.
Oh, the View from the Six?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
What's it called?
CN Tower.
Yeah.
Right.
Did y'all have a World's Fair there?
Yeah.
Is that where you got it?
The reason why they stopped, I was listening to that. The reason why they stopped having World's Fairs is because like the internet. You started having World's Fairs were so popular back in the days because people were like they were like, we wear wood shoes, and everyone be like, whoa,
That's why they went to Knoxville finally, because it was one of the last cities without it.
Yeah, without the internet, yeah.
But they're having the World's Fair in Dubai, but I don't think you need. You don't need to still have the world. I think you should use the World Fair. I think it's very fun.
I love when people come together. I love that. I love the Olympics for that reason.
Yeah.
It's like maybe it's like a science Olympics for that reason, or like a culture Olympics.
A science Olympics.
Culture Olympics, maybe.
That's what you think people are going to come together for?
Well, what is the World's Fair then? I think it's like a culture Olympics, right?
It's like an expo.
And you show
rides.
You show what your country's producing, right? Oh, we make this here, which is our what Look at this telescope we made.
You advertise it as this science fair.
A bunch of cool people are going to show up. A lot of people are going to hook up.
Who's coming to that?
Yep.
Hey, why was it called the Montreal Expos?
Because they had the World's Fair, the Expo 1967.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all were way into it.
Wow.
They loved it. My mom would talk about it. She went to the Expo, and
When was it?
1967.
Yeah.
It was Canada's centennial. We turned 100.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. They threw y'all.
The little party.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bash.
Y'all got it on the 100 year.
And they put it in a province that wanted to separate from Canada. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Like, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Canada was first visited by Europeans in the around year 1000. Viking explorer Leif Erikson.
In Newfoundland.
Was that right?
Yeah. The first Europeans to come to North America was Vikings in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
And you can
Well, it's not that far.
it's not that far. It's like near Greenland or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 And then they were already there going, where you away for?
Yeah. You come from away.
You come from away. Where you go to? And he's like, oh. He's like, starts fighting them. And they're like, whoa.
And 1 out of 5 were slaughtered.
Yeah. And they go, we'll fight you. They fought him for no reason.
Do you think he was like Captain's Log, 12 p.m.? Well, it's actually 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're a little early. He goes, no, it's noon. You said noon. It's 11:30. Your watch is not working.
Canada has universal health care.
Yep.
It's biggie. Longest coastline in the world.
Really? Huh. Oh, yeah, because the top. That makes sense.
I just feel like I always just pictured y'all just kind of kept going forever. And I don't really think about the top that much.
Yeah. It's just like one of those old timey maps with like a dragon in the water and stuff.
Yeah, you never really see the
Just
top.
gets
I'm
dark.
honest with you, never really see the top of Canada. Like
No.
it just it always like hits the end
This
of the
whole
map.
episode, I hadn't zoomed out enough to see the top. I forgot. Yeah, it goes pretty high.
Well, they have there's like some islands up there that's disputed with Russia, and they have like this one island that if you look at a Russian map, they call that Canada, and if you look at a Canadian map, they call it's the Canada map, or it's part of Canada, and they basically it's friendly now, but it might not be later. But like Russian troops will come, and then Canadian troops will come, and what Canadians started to leave, we make rye whiskey in Canada, so we started to leave rye for the Russians, and and then when they come a month later, they pick it up and drink it, and they leave vodka for us.
Yeah.
So it's like a nice little.
Oh, that's cool.
But I'm sure it'll end up with
Someone's
a
gonna-
huge war. So,
Yeah. Someone's gonna go. You know what? What if I'm gonna leave them wine this time?
yeah.
And then that
The French are here.
sets it off.
Yeah.
That just sets it off. I think it would be nice.
Yeah.
Do you think they want rye whiskey every time? Let's give them a nice Cabernet, and then that just starts the war. He sees it as an insult, and then
Yeah. So we don't like that.
So how far
You
up do
think you're
people? What's
weak?
the farthest someone lives?
I have no idea.
So Alert, the town's called Alert. Nunavut, this is the territory.
Yeah.
It's the most northern inhabited places in the world.
Wow.
What's it called?
The town's called Alert, and the
Alert, like heads up.
Yeah.
There ain't, we might keep going. No. This
No.
town's called Alert
Yeah.
because
If you go 1 second after
this, you're
your legs will fall off.
You're alone.
Yeah.
It's mostly scientists. I think you mentioned that earlier. A lot of scientists go up there to do research.
Yeah.
It has polar nights. Is
Pretty
that
convenient of the scientists.
yeah?
It's a
They
conspiracy.
go up there, yeah. They're up there going, no, we're doing science stuff. Oh yeah, you're up at the thing alone where no one can go. Okay.
Yeah. They're just having a
You
party.
just sending stuff back. Cockroaches are 50 million years old. And you go, wow, this came from Alert,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, don't come up.
Y'all been up there doing this
We need-
stuff, right? And they go, yeah. Now we're up there. We're having a good time.
Yeah,
up
we
there,
need to do some research on marijuana. Send that up.
Yeah. Yeah. They go, yeah.
And we need the Russians are asking for more whiskey.
Yeah. Alert. Yeah. Alert us when you get it. And he just covers it. I said alert. I did the alerted joke. He goes, what's that? No, there's a party going on. We're doing real science stuff. He goes,
Yeah, real science.
There's these losers in the back. Huh? Put the beer down. You see those two ladies? You don't think I got? All right, what's that? No, we're doing Canada stuff up here.
Don't know if we should keep. I don't know if they're doing work. He said real science stuff. That's
Yeah,
Seems
we're
like
doing
a
the
red-
most. No, we're doing the most science stuff. It's to get it. It's just so it goes out.
seems like a red flag.
Mm.
Yeah, it's north of the Arctic Circle, so they have polar nights, which is 24-hour.
People live up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
62 people as of 2016.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my uncle Doug's up
As
there.
of the 2016 census, so you had to send one guy up there to knock.
Please
hello?
no.
I'm here to do a census on the Alert area. That's pretty brutal, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm here. I'm accounted for.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
One. They couldn't just call.
There's a rager behind him.
Yeah.
He's like, shh, shh, shh. The guy's here.
62 people.
62. Yeah.
It used to be 62. We have families now.
Yeah. It's like, man, can I come inside for a
It is-
second?
so-
It is cold out.
Right now it's 11 degrees up there.
Look at that
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. Look at
I mean,
look at
what
this.
it-
Is that
Sunny
11
though.
degrees?
Look at that cityscape.
Yeah.
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
said Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
That's bad, right?
So yeah. So what's the hottest it could get up there?
Hi.
It just can't get probably that hot.
No.
Never really above freezing.
Hopefully not too hot.
I've been to Greenland.
Really?
It was dark for 24 hours and we left.
What's in Greenland?
I said, "Can someone turn the light on?" They said, "Light doesn't come on for 2 weeks," and I left.
Yeah.
No, it was.
He said, cut the light on.
I go, cut the light on.
Yeah.
Hey, can someone cut this light on, please? And then
like me.
they have polar bears. At night, they do tell you. I think it's like you got to somewhat be
Huh.
aware of like that. And it was dark for the whole time, and we were doing the troops. Some troops were up there. The troops that are actually, that's like the system that tells you if we're going to get hit by a nuclear weapon. Like
Oh,
they're
NORAD.
the most, NORAD. So
Yeah.
they're the most important. It was very funny because at first I was like, as a joke, I was telling them, I'm like, what are these losers up here doing? You're like, the most important stuff.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah.
It's like they're real, they're
Yeah.
protecting everybody.
Yeah.
Like, and so we were up there and we took a flight from DC to there. And the way the flights work to that place, it was basically like you land, then there's a flight that within, I don't know if I was there 12 hours. And you got to be on that flight back out. And if you don't, you're there for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it's like, if you miss the flight, you live there for 2 weeks.
I used to, so I worked after college. I got a job in Budapest, Hungary, and I worked for the Canadian government paid me to work for a private American shipping company that shipped things from the U.S. into Iraqi American army bases in the height of the Iraq War. And we had guys that lived in the green zone in Baghdad. And that it's like a little, it's like downtown surrounded by water and one wall where it's safe. And the other safe area was Baghdad International Airport. And there was a highway, the most dangerous highway in the world at that point in time. And if you want to go home for R&R from the green zone, you have to go to the Baghdad International Airport and then fly out. And you've been to that airport. And
no, I didn't go there. We flew in with military.
Okay. No, this is the military. It wasn't military base. You were there.
Yeah.
And it's a Camp Victory is what they called it.
I've been there.
Yeah. And then anyway, so there was something called a Rhino bus. And it was a bus that I guess just was heavily armored like a Rhino, and you would have 4 helicopters on either side, and it would just transport people because there's all these like insurgents, bombs, whatever. And then anyway, they if you missed that bus, you'd have to keep they give you you're going to leave in the next 3 days, and you have to keep a bag by your door. And they would knock on your door and go, Rhino bus. You'd be like, and like get up in the middle of the sleep and like grab your bag. And if you miss that, you just miss it. You just miss your R&R and just stay.
Yeah.
For like 4 more months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
it's pressure.
I mean, all that military stuff going, and then you're on there. I'm going to go see my nana.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're spending millions of dollars for these helicopters, all this stuff.
Yeah. I got
my
fired.
Beep Bop is feeling sick, so we're going to go see how he's doing.
Beep Bop.
My Beep Bop is going.
The robot that lives in my house is very sick.
Yeah, you know when who was there then too was my buddy Kenny Clayton. He did some contractor work and because I almost did it. It was 2000 maybe it was, I don't remember. It was 5 to 7, something like that. I don't remember when he went. But it was like you could go and you could go there for a year. And then you make like $120,000, not taxed. Like you just get $120,000.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, if I go, it was 2006, 7. I was like, if I go over there, because he did it, but it was, if I go there for a year.
You were already doing comedy at this
I was already doing comedy. But
so you're
going to
quit comedy?
3-4 years.
Yeah.
If I quit for 1 year, go make $125,000. And then come back. I don't have to have a job, and then I just live off that $120,000.
Do an open mic at Camp Victory.
Yeah. Just go do. And so I was like really, really thinking about it.
Yeah.
And he went and did it, and then he came back pretty quick. It was like because they were in the green zone, and then it was like I think it was chaos.
Oh, it's chaos, dude. There was
stuff every day.
People would come home with like crazy. Like.
Did you see anything ever? Or?
I never went down there.
Yeah.
I got fired for getting drunk and calling my boss a war profiteer. And I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I was right. They hired me, and I didn't know I was going to be doing that. But, but anyway.
So you didn't say sorry a lot. You went a different direction.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I have to tell you this. You're a war profiteer.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a very interesting job. Guys would come back with like one guy on a Rhino bus said that one of the helicopters got shot down.
Yeah.
And like they were getting shot at, and like it's like out of a movie, like trying to get behind the gates of Camp Victory, Baghdad International Airport. It was just a giant wall surrounding the airport, and they had like old palaces in it and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. It's like you read books on that like time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's wild. I mean, it's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Like it was just I don't know. All right.
All right, here's one from a Canadian folk that sent this in. Hawaiian pizza was invented by a guy from Ontario.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey.
Why didn't you name it Ontario pizza?
Because there's pineapple on it. It's better marketing.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
it would have
guess.
picked up if
Yeah.
it was Ontario
I guess
pizza.
you're right.
What would be on an Ontario pizza? Poutine.
Yeah.
Poutine is Quebec.
Oh,
I would
sorry.
be if it was Ontario
Come on,
pizza.
Aaron.
It would be. It could be maple syrup. It could be car parts for GM factory.
Laura loves Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah,
All right, a couple more here. Ogopogo is the Canadian's version of the Loch Ness Monster.
I know that.
Wow.
Yeah, in BC.
Yep.
At
Lake Okanagan.
Yeah,
British Columbia?
Okanagan. Yeah.
And he's just in there.
Yeah, it's a very deep lake. The funny thing about that one is
I don't think that's real.
No,
it's the same, almost the same dimensions of lake as Loch Ness, and it's on the same latitude.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it's very deep and narrow, and it's on the same.
So do they think
Is
like,
that the picture of it? Like that's the only picture of
This
it?
is a picture that somebody claims is it. Yeah.
Oh, recently.
That looks like waves from
Yeah.
a water ski
But
Mm.
boat.
you don't see that part.
Yeah.
Bzz,
Yeah.
bzz, like right
Yeah.
before it is just a
Yeah.
jet ski going.
so like do they have a hypothesis that somehow creates some monster like that on that latitude?
Well, maybe I'm just going off the top of my head. Maybe the idea why is that the
That's what
ice age melted
Yeah.
at that time at the same time because it's the same latitude, and a dinosaur was able to survive there
Hmm.
and make
That makes
babies.
sense.
That's pretty
But
cool.
I'm just guessing.
I like your theory though.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. I'll do one more here. There's an area in the Hudson Bay region that has less gravity than the rest of the world.
Weird.
Wow.
Largest bay in the world, Hudson Bay.
Yeah.
Second largest bay in the world, James Bay, which is a part of the Hudson Bay.
That's
Okay.
convenient.
Yeah.
I thought the gravity thing would get you guys, but that's
Yeah.
also
What's the gravity thing? That's
so
good.
they think it's because there were so many layers of ice through the ice age that gravity comes from mass of the earth, and there's so many layers of ice that they feel like it somehow messed up the gravity, and you weigh 1/10 of an ounce less than you would anywhere else in the world.
Looking good, Susan. I know. I'll take one size down. I'm going to Hudson Bay.
Oh, there's Bigfoot sighting there. Oh, no, it's
yeah.
not a big. What does it say?
Where?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it ahead of myself.
Apparent sightings of big, and no, it isn't because of apparent sightings of Bigfoot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, like there's a lot of Bigfoot in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bigfoot's a big deal up there.
Well, one out of 5 families has a Bigfoot in our family tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's like
You
Vancouver side, right? More?
Yeah. A lot of,
yeah, that's where they're at.
yeah. If you
That's
call them newfies, they get real angry.
Yeah, that's what you call Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Yep.
Canada, we did it.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Aaron,
It took a Canadian to finally reciprocate.
People don't do that?
No, I've been rejected
No.
several times.
Is that like
on
an
this
inside
podcast.
joke I messed up? People just ignore you when you put your hand out?
No, the losers pound them. The winners don't.
Wow.
It's just
That
it's a nice
That
thing
says
to
a lot
do.
about
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I can't. Really? People do that?
Yeah. Aaron,
People just don't say
I think it's like Aaron can't believe he made it through another podcast every time. He goes, can't believe we're still here, bro.
Yeah.
Graham K, everybody. He's what's your stuff? GrahamK.com or
Yeah, GrahamK.com. I got a new special on YouTube.
YouTube?
Graham K Stupid Jokes. It was only available in Canada, put up by Just for Laughs Comedy Festival, and then it's available to the rest of the world
on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Oh, great.
And I have 2 podcasts. One is about autism awareness called Autastic. I have a brother who has autism, and then I got another podcast. Nate just did it. It's called The Edge Lords.
Yes.
And that's it.
That's it. Do you have anything?
No.
No. Open, wide open.
I'm in
No, we had some
Zanies
some
tonight, but
dates,
that
yeah.
probably didn't help. We're both.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will be in Houston at go to the Riot Houston, and you can buy tickets. I'll be there
This weekend.
this weekend.
Yes. This comes
Oh,
out.
nice.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Go check that out, The Riot. Thank you, guys. We love you. See you next week.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Graham.
I'll go now.
Let's get out of here, Graham. Beat it.